Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Apraxia and Autism Stories. Today we are playing Dean Martin's Wild Party at $9.30 to spin with $1,008.18 in the machine, where we answer the question: what is it like to live with the constant fear of rejection, also known as Rejection Sensitivity Dysphoria? Before we start, if you're unsure what this term means, here is a brief definition by Healthline. In people especially overwhelmed, there is something known as Rejection Sensitivity Dysphoria, or RSD. It is characterized by extreme emotional sensitivity to being criticized and judged or rejected, whether it is real or perceived. The link is in the description for further reading. Alright, so let's dive on in. Let's start with a scenario. Imagine that your friends suddenly cut you off out of nowhere. Maybe you are having a conversation and your friend gets up and leaves. You try texting them, but your messages got ignored. You may even find that your texts left unread or blocked out altogether. So you spend the night, maybe even the next week, wondering what you did or said for this to happen. You scroll endlessly through old texts and social media posts, trying desperately to piece together where everything went so wrong. You wonder what the first signs of trouble were and how you missed them. And also, before I forget to mention, I do have trouble with eye contact. So if I'm not looking directly into the camera, eye contact actually overwhelms me, even if I'm giving myself eye contact on video. So sometimes you might just see me like looking down. No offense to anyone, but yeah, just eye contact in general just creeps me out. Alright, so back to the video. This is a brief look into what I am mentally experiencing almost every day. It is a painful existence, always wondering what you did wrong. I am constantly worrying that I will say or do something that will abruptly end the friendship, whether it is real or perceived. Add a speech disability to this anxiety and it gets way worse. With apraxia of speech, my mouth struggles to clearly formulate words in a conversation. As a result, my voice sounds young and my speech comes across as in conversations as simplistic, since it is hard for me to articulate on the fly. In the United States, where I live, along with many other societies, people judge someone's intellect on their ability to articulate. This is why it is so difficult for me to make friends to start with, and before I forget, that is why it is so difficult for me to whisper or keep a low voice. In public, running into people who do not make quick judgments or know what I'm trying to say are far and few between. It took me until 2017 to make my first long-term friends, who I met on YouTube in the slot machine community. We bonded over slot machines, my current special interest. So, every friendship I make, I hold near and dear. Almost every time I hang out with someone, especially a new friend, I worry that it will be my last time. I find myself watching every one of my words and gestures when my anxiety peaks. I may appear happy on the outside. However, inside things are not pleasant. I am living through the mental turmoil from years of trauma and complex PTSD, which I'll cover later in this video. And I wonder if I'm saying or doing anything wrong in the moment, especially in group situations. For years, whenever I chimed in, the group stopped, looked at me, then they continued talking, often without acknowledging my thoughts or to say, yeah. Sometimes they talked right over me, since they were not in the mood to listen to my apraxic speech. Despite my speech slightly improving and my ability to communicate in groups, I hold a strange fear that the entire group or community in general will go after me if I get into a disagreement, say something incorrectly, or if what I say does not fit the group agenda. Back in middle school and high school, yes, trauma does not magically disappear even after years. Half of my class blocked me on Instagram. They did this because I spoke in support of the issue during a protest. However, my classmates did not want me to speak. Me being overstimulated from the classroom and mentally zoned out missed when my classmates told me. So, for the remainder of 11th grade, I received the silent treatment. The one person who I considered a friend ignored me whenever I said, "Hey," or "Good morning, what's up?" We became friends after we both started walking to an after-school art program. I finally thought I formed a close friendship. Even after all these years, I am still saddened by the loss. I thought we held a strong bond over art, classical music, and school life in general. Nope. One wrong move and they ghosted me along with half my class. No wonder I continue having these fears of getting rejected from the group, even if I'm really close and tight-knit with the group. For me, all it takes is one thing going wrong for it to blossom into something that sets off my anxiety for years. This instance shaped a large part of my outlook onto the world. And a former individual in my life told me, "You always embrace the negative," did not help either. In general, my anxiety skyrockets whenever a text message goes unread or ignored. My mind begins assuming that I made a person mad. It also does not help that the former individual asked, "Are you mad at me?" Then accused me of thinking that everyone was actually mad at me. In reality, except for this one instance which we'll get into, for the last 22 years, the other person either got busy, distracted, or focused on their lives. They would answer whenever they got the chance. When this one instance happened, it took my fear of rejection to the next level. Yes, I did not think it could get any worse. I got into an online disagreement and the person messaged, "Simon, my online name, I am very unhappy with you, you lied." I won't show the screenshot for privacy reasons. I began crying and I responded with, "Hey, I understand that you're upset with me. I realize that we may disagree on things." I awaited her response. She left me on read. In fact, I wanted to sob. I've considered this person a good online friend. She was a fan of my other YouTube channel and often came into my live stream chats. In fact, I was excited to meet her eventually. After she did not respond, I saw her go into another live streamer's chat and say, in all capital letters, "I no longer watch Simon. I am mad at home." Seeing this made me shut down. I felt numb. I was in disbelief. I'm aware that trolling does happen. Still, it does not keep the depression away whenever I see someone who I thought I was a friend with publicly say stuff about me without giving me the chance to explain my perspective. I do ask that if you notice in this individual, please not bug her on social media. She deserves privacy and respect, even though she disrespected our formal friendship. I cannot sleep that night. Moving on, a month later, I reached out to her again, and this time I said, "Hi, I know that you're mad at me, and yes, I did see your message on the other streamer's live stream. How is being mad at me going to help resolve this conflict?" Same result, nothing. For the next 3 days of my Denmark study abroad trip, I struggled to enjoy my surroundings. This instance fully consumed my mind, no matter how many breathing exercises or amount of yoga I did. Not even watching the pretty sunset helped. I was at cloud -9. Being rejected means that I made someone unhappy. I did not enjoy that feeling at all. It messes with me mentally and sometimes physically when I can hardly function during the day. In this state, my body easily gets overloaded by the slightest stressors that usually do not bug me. It comes from my mind being so overwhelmed with stress and anxiety. I also found holding conversations with my classmates a struggle too. My stomach turned, feeling that everyone would actively exclude me from the plans. This shows how much power reject holds over me. Eventually, so desperate to belong, I began nodding and agreeing with the group. If they said something I did not like about a certain design, I nodded even if I loved the colors. Side note, the more you pressure me into agreeing, the more likely I will say yes out of fear and as a trauma response. It will not be an authentic yes or agreement. I did learn that genuine friends will stick with me even during an argument or will actively explain what upset them instead of ignoring me. Going forward, no matter how kindly someone appears to be treating me, then ghost me after a conflict, I will proceed with caution. By doing so, this will guard both my heart and mental health. I hope that by sharing my experiences, it will help others share their stories and to bring awareness of rejection to rejection sensitivity dysphoria. I find that there is not enough discussion regarding this topic. So please, if you have any stories, insights, or thoughts, share them in the comments below. And also by liking this video, it will help spread awareness. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.